Welcome to Pittsboro, North Carolina, a charming, small town with a rich history, a vibrant community, and a promising future, located in the heart of Chatham County. Pittsboro offers a unique blend of small town charm, modern amenities, and massive growth opportunities that just might make it the ideal place for you. But there are also a few important things to be aware of before deciding to move to Pittsboro. So let's find out if Pittsboro is right for you. Here we go. Hi everyone, I'm Heather Taylor, founder of Tailored Realty Group, where we create real estate experiences tailored to who? That's right, tailored to you. Real quick before we begin, if you already know you're interested in buying or selling in the Pittsboro area, please reach out to me. Set up an appointment using the schedule a free consultation button on my website, easy to find, or contact me at any of the other methods listed here on the screen. All right, let's first talk about Pittsboro's location. It's just on the other side of Jordan Lake from Apex. In fact, I always feel like it's so far away, but then when I hop in the car, it's really only a 25-minute drive, and it's pretty easy down a Route 64 from Apex. It's kind of a peaceful drive, actually. It's not a major interstate, and the road's typically not very congested, although I would imagine it's getting more and more congested as more people choose to move out here to Pittsboro. It's also pretty centrally located between a lot of the big companies that have announced they're moving here, like Wolfspeed, which will be in Siler City, VinFast, which is going to be in Moncure, Apple, and RTP, which are up in the Durham-Morrisville area, and then the big biotech campuses in Holly Springs. Now, keep in mind, most of my videos take place in Wake County. I typically work in southwestern Wake County, but this is just right next door. It is, however, a different school system, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Pittsboro is also fairly centrally located to all the major universities around here. It's about 35 minutes from NC State in Raleigh, about 30 minutes to UNC in Chapel Hill, and it's only about 40 minutes to Duke up in Durham. Let's get into the demographics a little bit. Pittsboro is small, you guys. Population, 5,000. That's tiny. That's like the town I grew up in. Teeny tiny. But Pittsboro is poised for some massive, massive growth. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know, you tell me. Most of the growth is coming from this very development that I'm standing in right here, Chatham Park. I think actually Chatham Park could be its own entire video, but essentially it's a massive master plan community built by Preston Development, the company that built Preston and Prestonwood Country Club in Cary. You may have heard of it. Chatham Park encompasses 8,500 acres, and it will create over 20,000 residences when it's done. Currently, there are about 600 residences done, so there's a long way to go. The project started in 2014. It's gonna be built for, well, originally they thought 40 years. It's looking now like maybe it'll only take 25 years, but we've got a long way to go with only 600 homes built here so far. Ultimately, by the time this place is said and done, it will have 10x'd the population of Pittsboro. Basically, Chatham Park is creating an entirely new city within Pittsboro. It's gonna have shopping, recreation, healthcare, education. It's supposed to create somewhere around 100,000 jobs, and there's homes built by every type of builder here. Everything from a tiny little cute cottage and townhomes to single family homes priced up into over $1 million. And then there will be a couple communities within here that are 55 plus active adult communities. I'm starting to relate to that more and more the older I get. And if that's not enough, Asteria, yeah. Storybook Living by Disney is set to create a 4,000 home community here in Chatham Park. It's supposed to start in 2027. So another 4,000 on top of the other homes Chatham Park is already creating. So the anticipated growth here in Pittsboro is off the charts, which brings me to schools. So the schools here in Chatham County are generally not as highly rated as in southwestern Wake County, where I typically do my videos, like Apex, Cary, Holly Springs, Fuquay Marina, that area. But according to niche.com, they are still B+ rated schools, and there are new schools coming to the area. And with all this massive growth, I'd anticipate some educational improvements in general. Chatham Park is doing its part to help with the education improvements here in Pittsboro. They have 2 private schools in the neighborhood. One is Thales, which is a K-8 private school, and the other is an amazing Explorers Academy, which starts at preschool. I think it goes up to 12 years old. Additionally, Chatham Park plans to donate land for future public and private school development as needed. So I would say the educational plan in Pittsboro is trending in the right direction. Now, when it comes to things to do here in Pittsboro, there's quite a few things actually. You can hang out here in the historic district where I am right now. You see the courthouse behind me. There's a history museum in there. And then downtown also has a social district, much like Cary, where you can take your adult beverages from one place to the next as long as you use the associated cup with the downtown social district. There's also lots of little restaurants and shops here that are not like big box chains. So it's a nice little area to walk around, grab a drink, hang out with some friends. Now for my outdoorsy friends, you are only about 15 minutes from Jordan Lake when you are in Pittsboro, and there are all kinds of outdoorsy types of things to do. Hiking, biking, camping, swimming, kayaking, paddleboarding. If you want to rent a boat, you can do that. You can also, one of my favorite things to do out at Jordan Lake is to do the pontoon boat tour. Just so calm and peaceful out there. You can watch the sunset, you can bring some food and some adult beverages, a few friends, hop on a pontoon boat and have a nice, peaceful, relaxing evening. Or if you're looking to kick it up a notch, you can come here to The Plant. This is a 17-acre eclectic gathering spot for businesses, nature lovers, the arts. It looks like there's some pretty cool food places down here. I just took a quick walk around. Honestly, I'd never been here before, but I'm thinking of actually coming this weekend. It looks pretty cool. And it's super welcoming. All are welcome. It says right at the front. Whew, haven't mentioned that it's 96 degrees out here today and 1,000,000% humidity. I'm just taking a little AC break, you guys. Actually, while I'm sitting here in the car, let's talk about a couple other things there are to do in Pittsboro. Carolina Tiger Rescue, how about that? A nonprofit wildlife sanctuary in Pittsboro. Go see tigers. It's giving Tiger King, as my kids would say. Remember that show? What's the crazy lady's name? Caroline? I forget. Anyway, some other fun things to do. Let's see, we talked about the tiger. Oh, Mosaic. Mosaic is part of Chatham Park, but there is some shopping up there and there is an amphitheater, so outdoor entertainment, things of that nature, that will happen in Pittsboro as well as part of Chatham Park. Ooh, this cool air feels so good. I don't think I can go back outside. I'd like to apologize to my video coach, Steve, who really likes me to be outside. I can't do it today, Steve. I'm melting out there. Let's get into the housing market in Pittsboro. You might be surprised to know in the last 6 months, the median price in Pittsboro has been $580,000. Now, some people think you come to Pittsboro, you get a real bargain. With a median price of $580,000, I would say you are definitely not getting a super bargain. Although I think with the growth, the area is poised for plenty of appreciation. The median days on market here is just 18. So again, the market is pretty strong here in Pittsboro. The final thing I want to mention to you about Pittsboro today is something to be aware of. I mentioned at the top of this video that there was something you needed to be aware of in Pittsboro, and that thing is the drinking water. It's been no secret around here that Pittsboro has had contaminated drinking water in the past, so I did a little research of my own to see what the current status is and what the long-range plan is for Pittsboro's drinking water. To fully understand what is going on, you need to know that Pittsboro gets its drinking water from the Haw River. The Haw River, unfortunately, has been contaminated by a chemical company upstream that has dumped some of its cancer-causing chemicals in the water. Pittsboro has gone to great lengths to solve the contamination problem. They've put in an extensive filtration program, and they are also about to merge with Sanford's water, and they will be called Tri-River Water. But I dug into that a little bit to see whether that would actually solve the problem. And what I found out was they are actually merging together as one company July 1st, 2024. However, the water supply won't be switched from the Haw River until at least 3 years from now. So the water will continue to come from the Haw River for Pittsboro. And yes, it is filtered through an extensive filtering system. But I talked to someone at the town and asked them what they would do if it was their house. Would they put a whole home filtration system or just be fine without filtering the water? And they were very frank with me. They said that they have a water filter on their kitchen sink for drinking water, and they do not have a whole home filtration system. But essentially, if you're going to live in Pittsboro, probably a good idea to get some sort of filtration system. If you get something that you just put on your kitchen sink, you're talking about a couple $100. If you're getting a whole house filtration system, you're talking a few $1,000s. And then alternatively, you can use the filter in your refrigerator if you have a water filter for where you get water out of the fridge. But I think I'd probably, I mean, it's potentially cancer causing. No matter how much they've reduced it, I think I'd go with a filtration system in my house if it was me. Obviously, just want you to be aware of this if you're considering Pittsboro. All right, so tell me if you've been to Pittsboro or if you live in Pittsboro. Comment below. How do you feel about the area? How do you feel about the massive growth coming and all the building that's going on? I know from living in Apex, some people are always all for the growth, and some people just want things to remain the way that they are. I will say I ran into a lot of people in Pittsboro here today, and everyone was super friendly. That's all I've got for you guys today. Stay cool. If you want to reach out, please feel free to book a free consultation on my website or reach out at any of the methods here on the screen. I would love to help you if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the area, or if you just want to have a conversation about the various areas that I've talked about in my videos. Also, if you or anyone you know is looking to move anywhere in the country, I have an extensive referral network. I have been in this business for a long time, and I can definitely hook you up with a good agent somewhere else in the country. That's all I've got for now. Oh, please remember to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. It really does mean a lot to me. Whew, all right, we made it. I'm not sweating anymore. Life is good. I'll see you next week. Bye.